Coral, well, this is a surprise. Never thought you'd just turn yourself in.
Okay, first thing, my name's not Coral. Second, what are you talking about?
Right, of course not. I suppose you're just here for a friendly chat then?
Could aim for something that won't kill him. Arm or leg. Might speed things along.
I kinda like that idea. Just try not to make a mess.
I can imagine what she's told you, Hunter, but you're being played. She's anything but a helpless little girl.
Try answering a question or two. Who's Coral?
Let's keep this short, shall we? I don't want anyone seeing us and reporting this. And I'm not stupid enough to draw on you. Here's everything I was given on my target. Take it and go.
Datapad's encrypted. See if I can crack it later. This thing... she really does look like me, huh?
She's got nothing on you.
No, she definitely looks like me. Guess I have plenty to keep me busy for a while. We should get going. I've always heard how beautiful Alderon's supposed to be. Figures I'm gonna see it in the middle of a war. At least he'll still be pretty in the holos.
Don't sweat it. When we win the Great Hunt, I'm taking you on vacation.
Really? You mean that?
Name the place and we're there.
Thanks, big guy. That means a lot. Time to find out who's standing between us and a week on the beach.
Welcome to Alderaan, Hunter. Former tourist capital of the core worlds. Your target here is a nobleman nicknamed the Durasteel Duke on account of his knack for staying alive. Over 1,000 assassins have come and gone trying to put the Duke to bed, but he ain't met you yet, right? He was last seen with House Gerard. They're guests of House Thule, so that's a good place to start looking. Good luck.
Figure she'd gloss over the details. Lucky for you, I'm on the job.
Fill me in. I hate surprises.
In a nutshell, when the Queen of Alderaan died a few years ago, the head of the military declared himself king. That didn't go over so well. Now the three largest houses are fighting over the crown.
I'll need to know more about the major players.
Well, General Boris Olgo is the guy who declared himself king, and his house controls most of Alderaan's former military. House Organa and House Thule are Olgo's only real opposition, but they're at each other's throats too. Basically, Organa wants Alderaan back in the Republic, and Thule came back from exile with the help of the Empire. Hey, are you getting all this?
Yeah, very nice job. Thorough.
Oh, this is kinda old news. I had plenty of time to read up on the trip here. Come on. We better go pay a visit to House Gerard. Oh, and one last thing. The nobles of Alderaan are different. They think they're untouchable, and they won't be impressed, no matter how big a gun you wave around.
I'd just cuffed the whelp for scuffing my boot with the stirrup when... Oh, abominable.
Just ignore it. Maybe it'll wander away.
What's a beautiful young thing like you doing hanging on the arm of this old prune?
I was so overwhelmed by your charm and good looks that I thought I might faint.
He can have that effect on people, my lady. Wouldn't be the first time I caught a swooning maiden. You're in good hands.
Am I now?
Get away, you filthy creature. You must leave, now, and use the servants' exit. People would talk if they saw someone of your ilk here.
People are gonna talk after I blast you out of your boots.
Are you going to take that, Hader?
It's armed and armored. Let's be serious. The gods may deal with this creature.
That's the first sensible thing that you've suggested since this started.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, return to the festivities. I will have a few words with our esteemed guest here.
You the boss around here?
You could put it that way, yes.
You aren't seriously considering dealing with this thug?
Uncle, please. I have the situation well in hand. Return to the festivities. This is not a request. I believe I know why you're here, but this is a discussion best held in private. Please wait in my office. I'll be right with you. What?
I'm a bounty hunter. I'm after the Durasteel Duke. Can you help me or not?
Right to the point, yes? I'm afraid the Duke and his sister left House Gerard some time ago under unpleasant circumstances. House Gerard now has a vested interest in finding the Duke and having him meet an unpleasant end. A minor noble claims to have a lead on the Duke. However, he insists on meeting in person, which I'm not willing to do. Instead, I will employ you.
You're expecting a double cross.
It's possible. Either way, I'm certainly not going out into that war zone, and none of my relatives can be trusted. I can't expect you to navigate the intricacies of our society, but I can give you the authority to negotiate on my behalf. From this point on, you will act as House Gerard's advocate, a role of honor. Come, I will walk you through the appointment ceremony.
Let's make this happen.
Please kneel. I, Baron Zakar Gerard, do hereby bequeath my voice and my seal to this proxy. Now repeat after me. I humbly accept this honor and swear to carry my authority in a manner befitting the Lord I serve.
I humbly accept this honor and swear to carry my authority in a manner befitting the Lord I serve.
You may rise. Well done. There may be hope for you yet. It is customary for information to be double encrypted in these transactions, so Lord Malthus must enter his half of the key before you take the data. I'll let Malthus know you'll arrive at his encampment soon. Be on your best behavior.
Stop right where you are. You have no rank here. Etiquette dictates that no one below my rank is permitted within 10 paces of my person without my express consent.
Used to be 5 paces. I suppose the war is making people jumpy.
Wait, you are the advocate of House Gerard? Outrageous! I would not trust the likes of you to scrub my sewage, let alone deliver vital correspondence.
Are we gonna deal, or what?
Honor dictates this message must stay in my care until I give it to someone of rank, not a trained Thranter. Look, I have here tokens of respect for my peers, a mission for a page. Deliver them and earn a 10-year-old's honor. Then I can speak to you.
How about I deliver your teeth?
Your artful diplomacy is a wonder to behold.
Oh! You struck me! How dare you! You... whatever you are! I'll see you slaughtered like an animal! What are you oafs waiting for? Pound this cur to the ground!
Smooth.
Baron Zakar will hear of this offense. Enjoy explaining why my information will now go to someone else. I demand that you prostrate yourself and beg for mercy, or so help me, I'll have you brought before a tribunal for these grievous affronts.
You're a slow learner.
Ow! Stop that! You'll regret... All right, quarter, I relent. I shall enter my half of the security key. You take this message to Baron Zakar with my fond regards.
Don't know what bruised more easily, his ego or his face.
May we never meet again.
It is clear that you have plans in motion, nephew. Ah, your newest lackey. Tell me, did my nephew mention that he already hired a bounty hunter and got him promptly killed?
Just saves me the trouble of taking him off the payroll.
Think that was the you-know-who, here for the you-know-what?
If you would please excuse yourself, Uncle. I have business with my advocate.
I see how your brat Rafid learned to disgrace us. Advocate. Ah.
I just got a very impolite communication from Lord Malphus, saying that you assaulted him. Is that true?
I should have fed him my blaster.
Don't get carried away. We were fortunate that your roughhousing didn't cost us the prize. According to Malphus's information, Duke Corwin is in negotiations with our enemy, House Organa. They're placing messages in phony relics at House Alder's Royal Museum for later retrieval. Duke Corwin's placed an imposter relic in the museum recently. You'll have to forcibly enter House Alder and find it.
I was thinking my rap sheet's a little light on breaking and entering.
This is not playtime. You're to identify the fraudulent relic and bring me the message. And use extreme caution. The museum holds priceless cultural treasures. Nobody wants to be responsible for destroying that heritage.
Priceless is something Alderanians only use to describe things they still own. Catch my drift?
What is all that noise?
Jackpot. How good are you at shooting with your hands full?
Oh no. Out, please. Take your battles elsewhere. This museum has no strategic value.
I'm looking for a phony relic, that's all.
You must be mistaken. Each piece here is an irreplaceable artifact from Alderaan's long and distinguished heritage. Some are thousands of years old. You must go before anything is damaged.
I'll show you damaged.
Please, I'm begging you, you mustn't touch. They are each priceless. I can prove it to you. I have an integrity scanner we use for restoration work. It will only take a few minutes to scan for Oh no! The security cameras, they've spotted you. You can't fight in here.
Looks like you're out of time.
You'll feel that later.
Accept your hand? I'd sooner thrust my fist into a thresher.
I don't understand. I thought this had already been arranged. Approved.
Advocate, be so kind as to remove this thing from my presence.
Anything for a lady.
This must be some kind of mistake! Ugh.
The nerve of Zakar and my father treating me like some insipid, simpering... Ugh! How many more of these absurd marriage proposals must I endure?
Do I get a kiss for all my hard work?
Oh my, yes. Such abundance of masculinity has me in palpitations. Your feeble attempts to woo me are refreshingly bad. My thanks for a momentary chuckle.
Are you absolutely insane? House Alder just announced that mercenaries have pillaged the Royal Museum. They are calling for whoever is responsible for the attack to be brought up on war crimes. War crimes! I demand an explanation.
Keep talking, and I'll be penning your will in blood.
I believe I can forgive this error. Once. Let's see if this was worth the backlash. This is in Organa's house tongue. I'll need a moment to pass the details. These houses. Thule vassals, Ulgo vassals, House Organa. Duke Corwin isn't just allying with the Organas. He's organizing an entire coalition against the House Thule.
Sounds like he's prepping you guys for a good beatdown.
Indelicate, but accurate, and there is nothing we can do about it. My cousin is safe within the sanctuary of House Rist. If he's under their protection, it's little wonder why the Durasteel Duke always survives. The Rists are a family of assassins who ascended into nobility through centuries of murder and sabotage. Duke Corwin is beyond our reach.
I'm gonna pay House Rist a visit. Be back once the Duke's a corpse.
You're determined, I'll give you that. You'll need to find Duke Corwin's haven inside House Rist, and stop whatever negotiations my cousin has underway permanently. I'm likely sending you to your death, but if you can manage to succeed, I will have a suitable payment waiting.
Oh, I've heard of Rist. Absolutely ruthless and unbelievably deadly. I'd stay behind you, but that's the direction they'll be coming.
What?
Smooth. Keep your blaster handy. I smell a trap.
I'm afraid you're too late.
Duke Corwin took his leave of House Rist on a shuttle just moments ago. Rather hastily, I might add. So hastily he neglected to pay me. A rather gauche breach of etiquette. And unwise.
Tell me where the Duke's headed and I'll disappear.
Had I spoken with him, rest assured, I would not be complaining of unpaid dues. Still, it's odd to see Duke Corwin panic. Regardless, congratulations are in order for surviving this long. It's more than can be said for the last bounty hunter to stalk our dear Duke.
I do got this funny habit of breathing.
I see you have a sense of humor. It'd be a shame to see it extinguished. I'm going to make you an offer, and I'm only going to make it once. House Rist has been contracted to eliminate Baron Zakhar Gerard and all of House Gerard's leadership. We'd like to commission you to carry out these assassinations on our behalf.
You're asking me to kill my present employer. It's bad form.
Hardly. Wait until after you've collected Baron Zakhar's bounty on the Durasteel Duke before you destroy House Gerard. There's no rush. House Rist has no further obligation to Duke Corwin. Agree to the contract. You can go in peace.
It's a good deal. Let's take it and scram before anyone else tries to put holes in us.
It's a simple decision, really. Death or profit.
You got yourself a deal.
Excellent. I'll look forward to concluding our business together. We'll be in touch. One way or another.
I told you Alderaan would be profitable for someone with a little ethical flexibility.
Advocate, are you there? Oh, damn this blasted thing. Can you hear me? I have news. I don't dare discuss the details on an insecure channel. Please return to House Gerard as soon as possible.
I apologize for recalling you here, but I couldn't risk my cousin catching wind of this discussion. If his retreat from House Rist is any indication, the Durasteel Duke is already running scared, and I'd like him to stay right where he is. It may not be our goal, but crippling House Rist is worth noting. Consider this payment for supporting the Thule war effort.
You didn't call me back just to pay me.
What is the meaning of this?
I just caught this little rake of yours in a dalliance with my wife.
More like you caught your wife in a dalliance with me, cuckold.
Unless you want half of House Thule, questioning why we continue to keep you riffraff here, you'll grant me that winter haven of yours.
My grandfather's estate? Are you mad? That's half my family's lands. Advocate, kill this petty extortionist, and I'll double what I just gave you.
They're your credits.
That was liberating. Raffid, you're confined to your chambers indefinitely. Hope I do not keep you there for the rest of your natural life. Now get out!
My life or yours, father?
As I was saying, with House Rist unable to protect him, I have no doubt that Duke Corwin is seeking asylum with the Organas.
Makes sense, considering how buddy-buddy they've been.
The facts support that assumption as well. Thule scouts reported spotting a civilian shuttle headed into Organa territory shortly after you breached House Rist's compound. There's nowhere left for my cousin to run. Go kick down House Organa's doors and give them hell. Expect a bonus for any additional Organa casualties.
Smooth.
It's him! He's here! Stop him!
Vala, help! Someone is trying to kill me. Vala! Wait! Don't shoot. I'm not who you think I am. Look! See?
Guess nobody told you. The bait gets eaten.
No! No, please, don't!
It's a trap! Take him down!
Hold your fire. There has been enough needless killing today. This is a misunderstanding. I am sure we can reach an agreement without further bloodshed.
This isn't about money. The Duke's gotta die.
If you want to see the Duke, you need only look there. The real Duke Corwin died almost a month ago while visiting to negotiate a treaty. Even using Kolto suspension, our attempts to revive him have ultimately failed. All we've managed to do is delay his bodily death.
I need that body.
Since you're more than capable of taking Duke Corwin from us, we won't resist under 2 conditions. Leave peacefully and speak nothing of this deception to anyone.
Free money or blood money? Life's always full of tough decisions.
Will you agree to those terms?
I'd rather rack up my bonus kills.
I'll be right behind you, all the way to the bank.
No, please, no! Ah!
Open fire!
This is a new low, Rafid.
You're accusing me. If anyone is...
Gentlemen, compose yourselves. Our esteemed guest has returned.
We are busy, Bounty Hunter, and as you can see, Baron Zakar is otherwise indisposed. My nephew's last act was preparing a sum of credits. I can only assume they're yours.
How'd the Baron bite it?
My nephew was done in by a poisoned glass of wine. Obviously his overambitious progeny's doing.
I'm ambitious now? Why, Uncle? Stooping to compliments, to slander me.
The Baron has no further need of your services. I have to assume the burden of managing my nephew's estate.
As the Baron's only son, I have first claim to succession, hater.
Your claim was forfeit the moment you killed your father. As Regent, the title passes to me.
Actually, Father, the Baron passed his authority to our advocate. Legally, the Bounty Hunter could name the new head of House Gerard.
I took a contract to destroy this house. All you did was start without me.
Rist sent someone to see you off. I hope she's packing a paycheck instead of a vibroblade.
The Gerards are dead. You have my pay?
Of course. House Rist sends their thanks for your assistance in this matter. It is unfortunate that our individual arrangements had us at odds earlier, but that's simply the nature of our business. My master wishes to ensure that there's no ill will left between us.
Steer clear of me, and you won't have any problems.
That is acceptable. House Rist will no longer interfere with your affairs. News Taro Blood will not take graciously, I'm sure. He fronted a considerable sum to ensure his rivals were dealt with. I imagine he'll threaten some reprisal, but I think we both know what Taro Blood's word is worth.
Bioscan incoming.
The Durasteel Duke. Confirmed. Guess he wasn't blaster-proof after all. You're clear to move on.
Any word on our rival?
It's been confirmed that Irido-san was disqualified in his sleep weeks ago. Guess he got sloppy. Welcome to the final round, Hunter. Contact your handler when you're ready to proceed. Good hunting.
I won't keep Krista waiting.
I don't think she's giving you a choice in the matter. Someone's trying to get through.
I know who you are, Hunter. You have made an enemy of Taro Blood. Even now, Taro's comrades head to Nar Shaddaa to discuss ways to eliminate you from the Great Hunt. I am sending you the coordinates of that meeting. I do not know how long they'll be there, so I'd suggest haste.
Who should I thank for this intel?
My name is Heda Sung. Long ago, I was a Great Hunt champion. I wish to see the integrity of the Great Hunt and our traditions preserved. Taro robbed you of your allies in this competition. It seems only fitting that you return the favor.
I like the way you think.
There is no finer thing than the blood of an enemy righteously slain. Go to Nar Shaddaa. Confront those who have dishonored you and my people. Show them what it means to be a true warrior.
That was Hedar Sung. I can't believe it.
You think Sung's on the level?
He's a living legend. There's no way he'd be in cahoots with a dirtbag like Taro Blood. If Sung wants to help us, we should seriously consider heading to those coordinates.
Oh, it's good to relax. This is as close as I'm getting to it these days.
Something wrong?
Wrong? Oh, yeah, that's putting it lightly. I'm going nuts here. I've spent so long keeping one step ahead of somebody, I can't believe I've lost them for good. At least when I'm out with you, I usually know where the blaster fire's coming from. Keeps my mind off trouble. Mostly.
The less time you and Trouble spend together, the better.
You've got a marvelously camouflaged sense of humor, you know that? Let's see how easily you brush off your old instincts and catch 40 winks after you've spent 30 years bounty hunting.
I knew you were a career scoundrel, but 30 years on the run? Pretty impressive.
Things weren't so bad until people finally realized the same guy was responsible for most of their woes. And I've made some enemies over the years, believe me. 2.5 Hutt families, the entire Carillion Exchange. And there was that whole blockade incident that ran the Mandalorians home with their tails between their legs. Come on, I think I've had my fill of all this cheering up. You know, you're pretty quick to sniff out an opportunity for profit.
I like to think I know my business.
Ooh, there's no doubt about that. I wonder how much more lucrative our little partnership could be if you applied that intuition to something other than bounty hunting.
I'm not opposed to a little moonlighting.
Can't afford to keep all your chips at the same table, am I right? Let me see if I can come up with something that'll play to your strengths, and I'll trust you to recognize a good opportunity when you see one. I've been thinking it over, and I see a lot of room for improvement maximizing your profits. Take catching me, for example. Sure, you got a nice bounty from the Great Hunt, but why stop there? You just need to use a little imagination.
And what did your imagination come up with?
A few words in the right ears, and you could make a lot of money on poor Tiresias's remains, if you don't mind double-crossing crime lords. Offer the body, see who bites, rob them blind. Couldn't be simpler.
Are all your schemes this blunt?
It's not the most elaborate con, but you're new at this. Besides, the scams are a lot less risky when you know you can vaporize anyone in the room. So, that suggestion I had involving my duplicate? Turns out there are a lot of folks out there who've still got a bone to pick with the late Tiresias Loci. A little friendly competition couldn't hurt our final take. I'm thinking an auction would do the trick.
In my experience, auctions in the underworld don't mix well.
Oh, sure. Get enough bad seeds in one place, and something bad's bound to crop up. A little weeding out takes care of that. Give me some time off the ship, and I can handle the whole thing by proxy. The only finger you'll have to lift will be the one accepting your credit transfer.
Make it happen.
I'll be back before you know it. What, no parade? Oh, not even a cake? How about at least mustering a good to see you for the guy holding your share of the credits?
Sorry to disappoint. Take a drink instead?
Well, just this once. Your cut. Pretty good take, considering the expenses. The bidders really couldn't wait to take Tiresias off our hands.
What expenses?
Middlemen, venues, security, incentives, everything necessary to ensure a smooth transaction with half the underworld in one place. 3 pirate crews, 10 free traders, 2 exchange bosses, half a dozen huts, one I don't even remember crossing. Kept licking his lips. I think his name was Druga. It was quite the rogues gallery. A lot of familiar faces. Brought back memories, let me tell you. Following you around isn't so bad. You visit the most extravagant locales. Oh, I picked up a little souvenir from the Royal Museum. I thought we could make sure these get put to better use.
You're giving me something worth money?
Gesture of good faith and all that. I figured if I'm stuck here, I might as well lighten the mood. Unless we find a collector, we'll need to fence these. Quick turnaround will forfeit a big cut, but it'll be a nice bonus.
Let's just see the credits.
I'll see what I can do.
That guy, Carteri from Nar Shaddaa, remember him? Doesn't exist.
The guy was too much of a wuss to be important. Probably can't lead you to anything useful.
But the guy is invisible or something. I can't find out anything about him. Nothing.
Trying a little hard to dig up intel on a guy we left in the dust, aren't you?
You jealous? Of a guy who squealed at the first sign of a blaster? Today just keeps getting better. You know what's weird? The more I look at that holo of coral, the more it makes me think. If I've got a sister, what else have I got? Aunts, uncles, cousins? Maybe I've been missing family dinners for my whole life.
Could be a bunch of people wondering where you are right now.
Think so? Probably all torqued at me. That Mako, she never calls, she never writes. Still, I've gotta wonder, how are they connected to SIS? Something I need to figure out.